Well, that is the official UEFA EURO 2024 theme song. And of course, it's ushering us into that mood for the final that will be played tonight at the Olympia Stadium in Berlin. England taking on Spain. Yes, England in the last edition, they got to the final and lost to Italy. But the big question is it coming home? That is what we wanted to take a look at this afternoon. And in studio, I'm joined with Simon Cowino, who's a big La Roja fan, as well as Cedric Musumba, who has been criticizing all the teams in this competition. I'm not sure which team he supports so far, because he's been jumping from one team to the other. That is the conversation we want to get into this afternoon. Simon, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Robinson.
Good to have you. This is the first time you're coming on Scholar, and good to have you.
Thank you.
And I know you support Spain a lot.
Of course.
Yes, sir. Cedric, which team are you supporting? Not in the final. Which was your team?
I'm not quite sure if you have been doing this show together with you, because the way you have really tried to put it outside there.
Cedric, we started with you supporting Belgium. You jumped to Croatia. From Croatia, you jumped to Italy.
Listen, Robinson,
yes.
I'm the ardent support of Belgium since, I think, 2014.
Yes.
But
Croatia is closer to the heart.
I'm quite clear that because of what the quality Croatia has been presenting in tournament, in and out,
yes,
is what has made me actually also to try to follow Croatia. But all done and said, I think all my teams are out. Mm-hmm. But equally being a fan for soccer, yes, I literally need to support a team that impressed my heart, which, and again, in this case, might be Spain.
Might be Spain. Of course, this is the final for today. That is Spain taking on England at the Olympia Stadium in Berlin. 70,000 people are expected in that stadium to watch or witness, of course, that final. We'll be waiting to see who comes out as the winner. And gentlemen, I want to get into the thick of things with what to expect in this final. Let me begin with you, Simon. I mean, you are a big fan of Spain, and I know we've had this conversation on Twitter, on X Space, and you actually say that Spain is going all the way to the final, and here they are. What are you expecting in the final today?
First, when you talk about Spain, I expect tiki-taka football in the finals. Mm-hmm. And like I said, when we were on the Twitter space, mm-hmm, when we had advanced to the round of 16, like I told you,
yes,
there's no medicine to tiki-taka football. Mm-hmm. You're only beaten because probably the opponent maybe had some type of luck or mm-hmm something else. But when you're playing tiki-taka football, you're always sure of creating chances mm-hmm and scoring goals. Mm-hmm. Whether you have international class players, yes, or you have average players, so long as you are just playing tiki-taka football, yes, you must always outplay the opponent. Yes. So going to the final, I believe Spain have that.
Cedric, we've had this discussion. The type of football Spain is playing at the moment is not, you can't compare it with the Spanish side of 2008, 2012. You can't compare it with the Spanish side that played in the 2018 World Cup, 2022 World Cup. I remember we were watching the game between Morocco and Spain, where Spain actually had more than 900 passes. We've not seen that in this tournament. Yes, it's tiki-taka, but with more chances created. Your thoughts?
It's far from comparing the current crop of Spain with the previous Spain that we have associated ourselves with. Because mm-hmm, if you go by the statistics, the kind of passes that the past Spain has been presenting in any given battle mm-hmm has almost been closer to 1,000. Yes. Which is so far from whatever we have seen. Actually, the highest passes that I have seen, yes, Spain are around 600 or 500 mm-hmm in this particular tournament. And it quite tells you a story of the current tournament, how it is. Yes. Some people, it might be competitive, but to some who have been following statistics, it's not a competitive kind of tournament that we can even compare to with the last Euro. But and again, the present competition presents the Spain that we are seeing. Yes. The competition is not there to challenge the Spain. That's why we quietly maybe see them rolling. And if you go by how they have been playing, facing all the so-called the bigger teams in the tournament, and they have been winning equally, that can really...
And convincingly.
Yeah, convincingly. That is,
yes,
can really give you a kind of a permutation to give them a chance, maybe going against England. Mm-hmm. But that aside, you can literally also say that Southgate has not been sleeping on the job because he knows how actually to morph us and formulate a kind of format that has been giving him results.
Yes.
You see, at a point, he literally played back four.
Yes.
And again, somewhere along the point, I think it was in semi, he reintroduced the back three, which and again, they were out to attack. At the moment you start by the back three teams, immediately you are pushing all of your players from the midfield and forward.
Yes.
You are going to look for goals. If he wants to play such kind of rig and pressing kind of soccer against Spain, maybe he will be out to get one goal and seal the game, or may maintain the cagey kind of the game until the end.
But
so as to give
in the knockout
results,
stages, we've seen them concede first, and then they start now playing.
Yeah, but this won't be the case. I will tell you for the permutation, according to me, and that's my own opinion.
Yes.
If England goes ahead and maybe score one goal, they can really defend that goal until the end, if they score the first. But if they allow Spain to open up them,
yes,
they will reap to regret. They can be destroyed. So the essence will be here is to prevent your space. Ensure that whatever you get from your plate, protect it to the latter. If you can't protect it, then you will be allowing goals to come in. Because also, England is not a team that like defending. We have seen it time in occasion, going out there looking for goals. Even the kind of the player that they field player who attacks every time. They will be out to attack spaces. And those spaces that they will be looking for attack, that the space that they will be competing for with the likes of Fabian Ruiz, the likes of Rodri in that particular midfield. If that midfield can be broken,
yes,
deny the likes of Rodri spaces to run with the ball, deny Fabian Ruiz to get the ball, deny the likes of Dani Olmo to get balls and try to transit to the offensive line, then they will be able to get Saka, and Saka, the likes of Foden and Saka, will be able to find spaces to hit the target.
Before we get into taking a look at the Spanish team, Simon, I want to get your view. Can you compare this Euro with the 2020 Euro?
I really cannot compare the two Euros because
Which one was better?
I think they all have different aspects. Because if you compare the last Euro, towards the end, it was kind of boring as well.
Yes.
The final, I never expected Italy to get to the finals in that Euro actually, because they were not playing that impressive football. But again, the Italian football has never been that impressive. They always just find a way to win.
Yes.
When you look at these Euros again, the big giants, France, Portugal,
yes,
they were not that impressive in all of their matches. When the world expected them maybe to thrash their opponents, maybe the underdogs, maybe like 4 goals, 5 goals, they were not doing that. They were really struggling.
Portugal versus Georgia.
Exactly. And Portugal versus versus Czechia. We thought Portugal were just going to dominate from the first minute. They were trailing until Conceição scored that winning goal.
Yes.
So when I look at teams like France, they were the favorites coming into this tournament. They have actually scored like 2 goals in this tournament, 1 penalty and the other Colomwani goal.
Yes.
So when you look at the giants falling like that, it tells you the competition has also gone a notch higher, because when the underdogs are able to give to challenge the favorites, then it means the competition is going a notch higher. So we only feel that it has gone down because our expectations towards the bigger teams. So I think the competition has been favorable, and that's why teams like Spain, who have absolutely no one to rely on, are performing the way they are performing.
Yes. So I want us to get into breaking down Spain, Cedric, and I want us to begin with the man that everybody is talking about. He's the anchor point of this Spanish side. He's the man that is making Spain tick. Let's begin with Rodri. Everybody is saying that if Spain win this UEFA Euro 2024, he should be among the best players in the world when it comes to the Ballon d'Or awards. This is the computer that is making everything right, click right for Spain. What are you expecting from him today?
I do. I've literally thought of the same permutation.
Yes.
But going through my statistics, trying to follow what Rodri has done since the tournament started up to where we are,
yes,
it's quite ironically that Declan Rice has got more edge, competitive edge statistically compared to Rodri. A number of winning duels, tackles, passing accurately. And it literally tells you that Rodri in most cases has been dropping back to support the defense, because Spain currently is anchored on a weak defense, centre back. Laporte is pairing with Lanamon. does not necessarily give you the experience that you would like to present into this, because the likes of Lenamon, I think, is the first age of competitive age of experience he's bringing in. If you go to the layer or the flank, if Carvajal has got maybe, for like in the semis, has got accumulated yellow, it means
what
Rodri
does
should
Rodri
be
bring this into this team?
bringing in Rodri has got so much value that any other coach would like. Because remember, he has got all the permutation that if it comes to defense, he supports the defense.
Yes.
If he drops to the midfield, he wins balls and he combines the transition from defense to attacking. If he comes to attack, when he lands on a loose balls, he equally gives you goals. That's why he becomes so much essential in any given team, because if the team fails to score, he can unlock that particular team at any given time. Where the defense actually, the midfield is not clicking very well, he can as well as collect those balls and bring the supply line that is lacking in that particular team. And that's the key point that any coach will admire having Rodri in that particular team.
You know, I started with Rodri. I wanted you to talk about Rodri because the next man that we are going to talk about is a man that has not been firing for this La Roja side, and that is Morata. Now, Simon, yes. Everybody expected coming into this tournament, Morata will be firing in goals, but that hasn't been the case. Do you expect him to make a difference tonight?
Actually, you know, there's been this argument of people trying to say Morata probably is an average player, is a top player.
Yes.
But when you look at the
Cedric
has said, Morata is one player that people look down upon so much. But you know, probably, but he doesn't live to the expectations as much. Because look at the teams Morata has played. Morata has played for Chelsea, has played for Real Madrid,
Juventus.
Atletico Madrid, Juventus.
Yes.
He's always in the big clubs. That tells you he's a top player. But probably what he brings to the game is not goals. He brings a different aspect of challenge into the striking partnership. If you look the way he has been playing for Spain,
yes.
He has been unlocking Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal.
Yes.
Yeah, he comes back to try and collect the ball, wins challenges, wins aerial duels, but he opens up space for Yamal and Nico Williams to run in behind. So that is what he brings to the team. And anytime, whether a striker is so good in terms of scoring or not, you can never leave a striker unmarked. So anytime he comes to collect the ball, he always drags a player with him.
Yes.
And it creates a vacuum for other players to occupy. That is what Morata brings into this game.
Yes. Cedric, you spoke about Spain on paper not looking good defensively, but Laporte has been a cog in defense for them.
I'm quite not surprised about Laporte, because he has all the experience that is needed to be in this particular team.
Yes.
Given that he has been with Spain actually in World Cup, in the last Euro, we are playing with against Rodri, that particular centre back, and it literally brings in the age experience that you need in Spain, given that Spain has been shedding off all the experienced players. If you go by the current set of Spain, there are so few experienced players that are left in this particular team. You need the likes of centre backs who can command from. And remember, any centre back who has got the edge of commanding that particular match from behind gives you an edge of winning, because he brings in some sort of settlement and stability moving forward. And if you go by the value that Laporte is bringing in, is stopping any advancing opponent from attacking Unai Simon from the box. And that has not actually been happening this, but I haven't seen anyone actually scoring Spain closer to Unai Simon. Either you shoot from far or maybe set pieces. And those are the kind of the defenders that we need in this particular team. But today, I think it will be a test for him. It's the first time he's facing the English side that is out there to put some kind of glory into their cabinet. Remember, they have never won this.
Yes.
And here they are here to try and challenge. I think today he needs to raise to occasion. He needs to settle very fast and command that space as much as possible, because the players that he will be facing, they are quite kind of tricky players. Remember, from flank, he will be facing the likes of Bukayo Saka, who becomes so tricky on ball. Phil Foden will be there also to challenge. He's also a creative player. When he faces such kind of player, he needs to be so much keen not to cause danger falls that can result to penalty in the box.
Now, let's talk about the Spanish coach, that is De La Fuente. I mean, he was in the under-21 Simon, under-23, and he's influenced this Spanish side that we are seeing a totally different type of football from them. What do you have to say about him?
I think I admire how Luis de la Fuente has brought this team together, because he was first the under-21 coach, he became the under-23 coach, then he became the assistant coach for the Spain national team. It tells you that this crop of players that he now has in this national team are the players he has been molding from the under-21. Because if you look at the ages, they have been in that team from under-21, under-23 to the national team. He has also done...
They understand
his type of football, his philosophy. And again, the Spanish philosophy has always been tiki-taka. It might not be the same tiki-taka we watched in 2010, because the type of quality of players we had in 2010, like Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, and so on. But again, he has tried to do away with the old crop of players, except right now we only have Jesus Navas, who won the 2010 World Cup, and we have Nacho. Nacho has also been there for a while, he's 34. Those are the only oldest players in that team. The other ones are the players that have not been there. These are, again, they are the players that won the last UEFA under-21. They have won the UEFA Nations League. Spain won the last UEFA Nations League. So these are players that have been molded together. He knows what he's doing with them. And the good thing I love about this team, again, I'll repeat, there is no much media hype about this team. This is why they have gotten this far. Because no one was seeing Spain getting even past the quarterfinals. People were talking about Portugal, England, France, and all that. Belgium, your own Belgium. Yeah, but people are not looking at Spain as a major threat. But the type of football they have been playing, the way he has molded them, he knows what they are supposed to do. When maybe Laporte is moving towards the left centre-back side, because maybe Cucurella has gone much higher up the field, you see Rodri coming back, or Fabian coming to cover in their places. So the way they are playing, it makes them so compact and so hard to beat unless you are playing their same type of football. That is why Germany was kind of challenging, because they were also they dominated us in terms of possession.
Yes, so let's listen in to what the Spanish coach De La Fuente has to say about the UEFA Euro 2024 final that will be played tonight. Yes, he's taken Spain to the final, where they will be meeting England, and he's saying that, the young players that he has in his side are capable